Okay, so now we're going to play a game with Anuradha. We called it message in a bottle, but we're changing it to message in a bowl, Anuradha. We've got some keywords or Q words inside, and Anuradha will pick each slip, and I have a question related to that Q word that she's going to tell us about. Ready to go, Anuradha?
Yes.
Okay.
Inspiration.
Where or whom do you draw inspiration from?
From nature, actually.
Wonderful.
I think a lot of the inspiration I draw is from nature. The sun inspires me immensely. Perennial source of energy. But, one of the things that I read is that the sun doesn't discriminate between people, right? You are who you are. And one would like to strive to not be in response to, could I ever become a person who is just the way I am? It doesn't matter how somebody else behaves or treats you or whatever, you can just be you.
Come pick the next card.
Working women.
What is the biggest challenge you think working women in India face right now?
To be able to continue to work. Of course, there's a larger issue, which is to get more young women or more women into the workforce. But even the ones who are there just keep dropping off. And, I say this very often, that in India, the response to any issue in the domestic space is, woman give up her job, let's find an answer and then we'll start. So, if the maid goes away on leave, the woman needs to either take leave or give up her job. Husband gets transferred, woman give up her job. Children are sick, woman give up her job. Parents or in-laws are getting older. Everything, the first response. Now, I'm not saying that as a couple or as people who are working, you don't have those choices, right? Of course, you have to be adjusting and compromise and, family focused and all that. And if the situation requires, one, it should be an open question. Who should take the time off?
Absolutely.
Who should give up their job? That's one. But I think the second question and the bigger question to me is that it can't be the first response to
and
a
the
problem.
only solution for everything.
For everything, woman give up her job. And by the time you add up these things, it's actually 15 to 18 years between 28, 30 and 40, 45. So a large
You've lost
part
a chunk of your best professional
years are gone. And after that, it most often doesn't make sense for people to come back. So we really do lose too many women, working women, to just these challenges.
Yeah.
Next one.
Investment. Your thoughts on investment? How you would invest?
This is not a fair question, because I confess to you that I'm a very, very early starter. But what I will say is that I'm absolutely convinced about the importance of women understanding the need to be financially independent and secure. Now, if whatever money you earn can be made to grow or made to support you for longer, I think you should do that, right? Am I smart enough to do this on my own? Not at all. So I feel like I'm at a stage where I understand its importance, but I'm willing to trust somebody who knows this stuff better than me to just do it for me.
Which is what a businesswoman does. She outsources to the best capable
So that's what I've done, and I've had the support and help from people such as yourselves and Vivek and all of that. And I have a person who is very competent and now helps me. Actually just does it for me.
Wonderful. Last one.
Investors.
Thoughts on investors and their sometimes prickly relationship with entrepreneurs.
This is a tough one, because I think there is as much on both sides of the story. I think investors have a tough time because many entrepreneurs do give them reason to sweat. I think the reverse is equally true. So to find an investor who makes you feel good, and at 9.9 we were very lucky. One of our investors is, he's like a dream. And even when you're messing up, he makes you feel like you can fix this and not come out feeling diffident and rotten about yourselves. Because entrepreneurship is a very different game from being successful in anything else. But the other thought that I have now, Mitali, growing because I'm reading a lot about it, is how differently investors view men and women. The moment you are equipped to use the gender lens, then you do sort of use it for other things. And the stories around
are quite horrific, actually.
They are quite horrific. So fortunately, I have not seen any of that. And that's because I had, 4 men as partners and they sort of did all of that.
Yeah.
But I'd rather not have to say I was fortunate to not have faced it. I just wish, 10 years out, 15 years out, or maybe earlier, we're in a world where the answers to both parts of this question, right? One, what investors are like, and two, how they are with women entrepreneurs. Both of these have a much better answer.
Well done on all the answers.
Thank you.